Welcome back, friends, to another Age of Mythology Extended Edition cast. Today, we're going to be featuring a very high-level game over 2,300 in rating between reDo versus PegasusRush on the map Savannah. reDo is, of course, going to be playing Isis, and our player PegasusRush playing as Zeus. I am extremely excited to see how this happens to unfold. And look at this. I can actually change between what everybody's getting. Wow. Very cool. Learning about casting as I go. Both players getting hunting dogs basically at the same time. I guess there's these players slightly ahead. And mining camp going down. This Savannah, I believe the map is called. Good hunt. That's what we like to see there. Packs of giraffe. You got a bunch of goats around. Rhinoceros. A couple of rhinoceros in the base, which are 500 a pop. Oof. Super nice. Super nice. Let's see what the giraffe is. 300 a pop. Not too shabby. More goats over here. Is there any more giraffes on this side? That's excellent. Love that. Some more rhinoceros. So very, very hunt heavy map. Really love to see that. No water. Water is the bane of my existence. I hate playing on a maps with water. Hate it so much. Just because I'm terrible at it and I need to get better. We got a nice little... wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me redo that. Excuse the pun. We got some obelisks going down for reDo, our Isis player, as he just continues to go on scouting the map, also using this goat as a little scout. This is a little trick you can do if you didn't know this. I didn't know this for a long time, and I was very excited to find this out. You can get a goat early on. It's a little bit risky, because if your enemy has a scout, like their Kataskopos, I'm saying it right. I'm just second guessing myself. You can take this goat and just literally take them all over the map just to get a little bit of a better scout. Obviously, if we zoom in, I can't zoom in on the minimap. If you just take a look at the minimap, it's really small compared to the other scouts like the priest, but it is a little bit extra of a, bit of scouting going on. Kataskopos, I'm gonna have trauma with this for the rest of my fucking casting career now, is going to see that obelisk up over there. Who the hell is Nova? Oh, Nova is a third-party spectator, allowing me to see both units, I'm assuming. Thank you so much, Nova, whoever you are. Appreciate you for perhaps already casting this on a channel somewhere else. That's good to know, actually. We got a temple going up for reDo a lot earlier. And our Zeus player, Pegasus, just getting some more food. He has almost enough for a temple himself. More villagers just continuing to go out. Got these goats that... Wow, did that obelisk take that goat that was previously Pegasus? Is that what I just saw? The obelisk dominating that goat? That was crazy. Didn't know that could be a thing. That could happen. More villagers. The temple is up. We got a temple started for Pegasus now on the production board. Let's see. Doesn't have quite enough yet to advance. He's about halfway there. He is getting food very, very quickly thanks to that Pharaoh's empowerment. The Pharaoh is damaged. I wonder if he tanked the hits on that rhinoceros while we weren't looking. He is training more villagers, so he's not trying to get a super early advance. Pegasus having enough to advance now. Just needs to wait on that temple being up. So, depending on... No, he's going to have enough for it right now. Let's see who ends up going with. Anubis. Interesting. Okay, that's one you don't get to see all the time. Of course, that gives you access to Anubites and the Serpent God Power. Serpent God Power being not the greatest in the world, but it is a God Power. Pegasus going through Hermes. Hermes, of course, giving access. I can show you now because the right mouse button on my mouse is fixed. You get Ceasefire, extraordinarily powerful God Power, and the Centaur, which is great for putting pressure on the enemy. We see Pickaxe being researched for reDo, as well as his first monument going up to allow him to get some good favor rolling in. He's not going to have any to actually start the training of Anubites. He might consider wanting to go for another monument and perhaps even a third, maybe even a fourth, although 3 is probably plenty enough to keep the Anubites rolling through. But he's not going to have any favor to start production yet. He's going to see this hunt over here, which is going to be prime candidate for some harassment. Let's actually switch to Nova's view just to see both. Some more houses going up. So he has advanced. He is going to get 1 Anubite. He should be immediately sending that out because he can see the hunt. He should send it out over here. If he went for a much faster advance time and squeezed a monument or 2, perchance, in, he would have enough to start production of those Anubites and start really putting the pressure on. But because he doesn't have, I mean, he's going to start to have some favor now coming in, but it's not a lot, right? 3. Let's see how much an Anubite is exactly. It costs 15 favor. Oh my gosh. So much favor. So you're not going to be able to get a lot of those out. But he has put down a couple of these barracks, and he's going to be churning out some spearmen to put some pressure onto this area here. Priest and Pharaoh doing some great damage on that centaur. A serpent going up. The Pharaoh gets lightning bolted down. The serpents are coming in. The Odysseus and Jason are probably going to, just do, just put in work on these serpents, because these serpents do, if I can get one here, they do count as myth units. Here, I'll show you. Myth unit. So those heroes are going to do a ton of damage and immediately basically cancel out that god power. Not the best use of that god power. I think it might have been better to hold on to later in the game when the heroes were distracted, and not in such an early period where, of course, you're going to be guarding this location because this is very important at this stage of the game. You're going to have both your heroes and all your military on this location. So maybe not the best use of serpents there. We do see some more slingers now being built. Archery range coming up for our Zeus player, as well as a settlement. Let us switch over to Pegasus's view. He's getting this back settlement. Not a lot over here, but it does get him a little bit closer to this gold mine. Slingers coming in, dealing some damage to the villager. They are going to pick a villager off, but be driven off by this hero, the Jason, the Odysseus, and of course the Centaur. Stables popping up as well to accompany that archery range. We have more obelisks going up and more slingers and spearmen being built for our Isis player reDo. The spearmen being a direct counter to these Hippocon that are going to be coming out. The Hippocon are good against slingers, but the Toxotos that he may be building is only good against infantry. So we'll see how good each player ends up microing their armies. We now have some farms going down for our Zeus player. Interesting how he is gathering the hunt up here, but he's now transitioning into farms. I know there was more hunt. Let's see. There is some giraffe over here. Good giraffe. Giraffe over here. Oh, I guess that one's kind of contested, though. So he is being driven off the hunt. Maybe that is the wisest choice. I just wish he would have maybe scouted down in this area to get that hunt and not leave that for potentially the ISIS player. ISIS player pushing in. Those priests are going to be good against the centaur. Does come down, doing damage against this villager. Does take down a villager. Spearmen should be being put down on this Hippocon. They should not really be engaging this Jason, because those Hippocon, if left alone, are going to take down all of those slingers. But it's okay. We got some reinforcing spearmen to come and put some pressure on those. I would love to see a better micromanagement from them. There we go. Just there. Yes, there we go. Micromanage. Take down the Hippocon. Very good. We have one Hippocrates, which is basically just a healer, has no attack, healing up that Odysseus there. The villagers have all been driven off, but he is going to be building up a storehouse over here to get gold on this side, which our Egyptian player, I don't think, knows about. If we go to his... Oh, actually, he is going to see it. Let's see if he pays attention enough to check that out. An armory going up for our ISIS player reDo. I'm assuming it's going to be at the back somewhere. Where is this thing at? Where's it over? Am I blind? What's happening? Where is this at? It says he's building it somewhere. Where is this thing? Oh my God. There we go. This is hiding. Blending right in with this brown terrain here. He is going to come on this side and drive off those villagers. I wonder if Pegasus is getting any gold right now. He is mining from this side. So he does have 3 gold mines to choose from. So our Egyptian player is going to have to kind of juggle between the 3 of these here. And he's remining from this section. So Pegasus is doing a great job at, yes, he's being pushed off, but he is, those hyena are going to try to nip at the heels of those villagers. He is doing a great job at microing himself back to these other gold mines to just stop the flow, the idle time where he's just not getting any gold. We see Flood of the Nile coming in, which causes free food to appear for Isis, just trickling in. We have the medium slingers being researched, the line upgrade for that, which is very good. Big army knocking at the front gates of our Zeus player. We'll see how he ends up responding to this. He doesn't have enough to age up. He has about 400 wood in the bank. He could get some centaur, but I don't know if that would really help him out that much. Prosperity going off now for our ISIS player, causing him to get a ton of gold. Let's just see that gold trickle in. Yeah. Tons of gold? Where's the gold? Why isn't he mining? He is mining. Okay. It's just taking forever. Not the most efficient setup for gold. I would have loved to see him walk back or click back and then click the mining button. He is checking out this settlement, seeing nothing's there. He is seeing on this side, okay, he's not mining from this one. He's not mining from this one, so he must have another mining camp, which he does over here. But Pegasus isn't getting any gold right now. He's getting no gold. He's been driven off all of his gold mines. Now coming back on this one, that's good. But this was locked down. reDo needs to come in and put some pressure on this gold mine and continue to starve him and just take down his military buildings. He's giving him a chance to stabilize. I don't know what this is accomplishing here. Like, you don't really need to come to this wood line. The gold is the win condition because all military units require gold. So you should be pressuring that. I don't know if that was the best use of prosperity. He didn't even have his pharaoh there empowering that. But I guess he needed a little bit of a boost for military units, perhaps. These villagers coming out here to just find another gold mine, I'm assuming. He's going to be blocked off. He's going to have to go around. He might be seen if he does that. This army coming in, it should just be taking down this building. That should be the priority. And driving these villagers off first. He is now mining from this camp up here. So he's going to be getting some gold now. Settlement coming up now for our ISIS player. Very nice. I would just love to just see him denying that building, because he's just constantly producing from there. He also just got up the upgrade for the Centaur, which is upgrades. Does that tell me where it is? It does not. It basically makes them faster and have more HP, I believe. More villagers just securing these outlying gold mines. I really love this. These spearmen, medium spearmen, they also got the line upgrade as well, are going to be pushing them off. And reDo should be able to see this gold mine. He does send some spearmen out. I think this was... I'm assuming he just sent that one out to check the settlement, maybe? He's going to see that. This army coming in now, taking down the stable. Very good. I feel like this should have happened a lot earlier, because it has given a chance for Pegasus to stabilize a bit more, and that, get some more Hippocon out, just build up a little bit more of a military presence. He's going to build a stable down here to ensure his military production. More spearmen over here. Yes, Toxito is going to help with eliminating that, but there we go. Rejoin the army. It's just not going to be enough to repel this, I don't think. Those Hippocon are going to take a ton of damage from those spearmen. These are just regular Hippocon against the medium spearmen. Now have Serpent Spear being researched for our Isis player. Anubis grants your spearmen weapons coated with venom, which increases their attack. We have Plow going down, as well as some farms for our Isis player. And now a military academy being put up back here in the base. 2 of them, in fact. So he needs to be oh man. Again, just I see this pattern a lot in the past 3 games. I've only casted about 3 games. This pattern of not putting, a villager or a building perhaps next to these gold mines, just so you can see when they're being taken, because if you can starve your opponent of gold, they can't get military. They're going to be massively set back. Hoplites being trained now, which are a better counter to spearmen, because spearmen count as infantry. Hoplites are only good against cavalry, if we check them out here. Good against cavalry, but they have 115 points of HP compared to the Hippocons, which are 150 points. But you got to take into account the fact that spearmen are counters. They do more damage against cavalry. So although Hoplites aren't dealing more damage against Hippocons, they are a better damage sponge than the Hippocons are when it comes to tanking the spearmen. The slingers also don't do bonus damage against hoplites because they're only good against archers. So the slingers are only going to be targeting your Toxitos. You want to be microing your Toxitos to be focusing down their spearmen and just kind of moving them around, while the hoplites focus on the spearmen, and then perhaps you have some Hippocon standing by as well, which are good against archers, to try to get a flank going to attack the slingers and bring the slingers down. But even if you don't, your Toxitos are better against their spearmen, so even if you just keep it at spearmen and Toxitos and hoplites, you will eventually overwhelm the Egyptian players. More farms going down. These slingers are just chipping away at this archery range. He's giving Pegasus a bunch of time to stabilize. He has driven off both of these mining camps, which is awesome. Pegasus is now going to have to find a different means of getting gold. These villagers are being driven off. I love this. Yes, starve the gold. You are doing an amazing job now, reDo. Keep that up. Some more Centaur coming out for our Zeus player, which is going to be good against human soldiers, of course. But there is priests in his army as well as the Pharaoh to repel that. I don't know if you necessarily need the Pharaoh with you right now. It might be better just to... Yes, now we get some more barracks, streaming the military in right in front in the face of Pegasus. I don't know if you need the Pharaoh here. I would love to see the Pharaoh being sent back so that you could get some more resources going from whatever it be, hunt or perhaps your gold. Pegasus coming out with his own raid with a bunch of hoplites here. God, look at this military he ended up being able to get out. You could be sending some units over here to mess up this worker line. These hoplites are going to be targeting reDo's gold mine. He sees this now. He's bringing his army up to battle that. I'm going to assume that's what he's going to be doing. No, he doesn't quite see it just yet. He's going to be taking some really good damage. Let's see if he loses any of those villagers. Let's see. One goes down. Good damage on the rest. The army is going to go up to deal with that. That's not going to be enough. These spearmen are significantly weaker than the hoplites. I like what Pegasus is doing here. He's just buying time, distracting the army of reDo so that he can't totally block off his villagers from mining. He is now mining from both camps. Really love to see that. That gold is going to be trickling in now, allowing him to he's now getting an armory up, getting some more getting some more Centaur up. There we go. As well as some hoplites, keeping the army being built up. This is not what you want to see as reDo. You want to be putting the pressure up. But he is going for Nephthes, which means ancestors will be coming out. And the Scorpion Man. The Scorpion Man is going to be really good against these hoplites. Ancestors also being a super great god power, but it can be countered by the ceasefire that Pegasus is holding on to. No age up yet, but he's getting close. He has 300 out of the 500 needed and 400 out of the 800 needed to advance. So he is slowly working his way up there. Getting now a shaft mine and the hand axe upgrade to boost his resource gathering rates. Some more farms going down for him. Now see some axemen coming out to deal with those hoplites. Very good answer for reDo. But now we have more military buildings popping up for Pegasus. But he's mining. He's stabilized. He's about to age up. He's got military coming out. He has 2 locations secured for mining. Big battle in the middle here. He is now aged up. He might use ancestors here. Is that ceasefire gonna go off? Let's see. There we go. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does indeed go off. And this is also really, really kind of perfect for Pegasus, because now instead of having to build more military, he can just save up potentially and go right into the next age to keep up with reDo. Because if he does not, there's going to be siege weapons on the way, as we see right here. Siege works popping up for reDo. Where is that going? Let's see. Siege works popping up right there. That is going to be on the way. Shaft mine and hand axe, as well as irrigation, going up for reDo as well. Very, very good. Staying ahead slightly with the resource upgrades. We now see some walls going up for Pegasus. A stable here, just trying to get control and restabilize even further. And that's what the ceasefire is great for. Yes, for canceling out the enemy's god power, but also buying yourself a ton of time to age up and get all the necessary things you need. There we go. See, there's the age up. That bottom time. That was a perfect window. He was just waiting for that to happen to get the max value out of that ceasefire. Yes, he could have done it earlier on to buy himself some time to stabilize, but this is even better because the ancestor's now wasted. And he now gets to age up and stabilize even further and take advantage of that period of grace. Scorpion Man going to be dealing some really good damage to these units here. If he can start attacking them, that is. Apparently not. Never mind. He gets no damage. He just wandered around idly, accomplishing nothing. I believe that Odysseus was target firing him. Quarry and Bowsaw coming off. Quarry, I don't know if that's the best upgrade to be researching. Migdol, another monument popping up as well. Very nice. These Hippocon are going to be melting through these slingers. And I think that is going to be GG for this battle. Although reDo does have more soldiers streaming into this location, but those Hippocons are just a perfect counter for those slingers. Let's get that Manticore to the front lines. That's going to be really great against these slingers. Get some more Hippocon out to deal with these. They're going to be great to deal with those slingers. I don't know why he's backing off here. I mean, oh, I guess he does have another Scorpion Man. That is kind of a big problem there. reDo might be looking to go to the next age. He does have not quite enough resources. About halfway there. Is getting fortified town centers for the extra population and improves the hit points, attack, and range of the town centers as well. Pegasus is getting his own market. Big battle over here. Hippocon cleaning just some idle, or some random, slingers. These are medium axemen now, medium spearmen, medium slingers. We have heavy spearmen being researched. Copper shields as well. We have some camel caravans being started from the trade of reDo to get that gold flowing. Love that. He's planning ahead. And look at this. We have the mythic being researched for Pegasus. He's going with Hephaestus, which means a plenty vault and lots of colossuses, or colossi, excuse me. That's going to be great because that will allow him, if he gets enough stabilization, that will allow him to start sieging these military units and Migdol strongholds of reDo and push forward and start to turn the tide of battle. And that is exactly what reDo must prevent from happening. He needs to keep the pressure on, start building the right counters. Maybe see some cavalry being trained, because that counters Hippocons and it counters archers. So it basically deals with everything you have here. Just go cavalry and then perhaps axemen to deal with this composition here, and then just keep your priests coming as well to deal with any more myth units like these centaur that are streaming through to deal with that. Some more farms going down for our Isis player. Good food here. He's doing a great job at keeping his resources up. If we look at the resource, 27 villagers on food, 16 on wood, 33 on gold, compared to Pegasus, which is 27 on food, 6 on wood. That might be wrong because he's probably migrating somewhere, right? Maybe. Yeah, they should be going back to wood. So they're probably a lot more. So he's doing really good on villagers, actually. Doing really good indeed. These siege towers are coming in, just cleaning up all these buildings. It's exactly what you want. He needs more military here, though. He's now starting to push in on this gold mine, but he, of course, has both of these gold mines. No trade route started yet for our Zeus player. But a good one started over here. He's getting 83 per caravan, which is quite nice. There is the next age. Plenty Vault goes down. These siege towers are just cleaning up these different military buildings. More of them being trained, just non-stop flow of siege. Chariot archers, more spearmen. Spearmen doing great at shredding through those Hippocon. There's the Colossus coming up. Those priests are going to be a great counter if he gets his priest on there. And perhaps brings his Pharaoh back down if he's continuing to keep him on the front line. Pharaoh is much better than the priest at taking down myth units, for sure, but you do sacrifice the ability to empower. Couple priests now, that's going to be really good in helping whittle down that Colossus. More Hippocon and archers, Toxotos, and the Odysseus being trained for our Zeus player. This Colossus is just so tanky, man. All those siege towers have been cleaned up. I'd love to see some more streaming in to keep up the pressure. reDo getting copper weapons now. But that's okay because Pegasus is getting Forge of Olympus, which reduces the cost of all armory improvements. And the strat to do is to put down two more armories and then research all of your armory upgrades at once. But it doesn't matter because there is the GG. As we see, Pegasus has just given up because the pressure from reDo has just been far too much. Interesting GG, as yes, he does have just basic chariot archers, but he does have heavy spearmen compared to... I wonder why he GG'd. I mean, he has decent resources. I feel like... And you just took out all of his siege towers. He has medium hippocon. What else do we have here? Maybe he just didn't have enough military. We got 3 there. Yeah, just interesting why he GG'd there. He was getting raided on this location, so he had no more gold. Perhaps that was why. All of his gold mines, I mean, he has this one. It's not a lot, though. But it could have kept him in the game for a little bit longer. This gold mine's being secured. This one he's being pushed off of. So perhaps he was just being gold-starved and could not deal with the pressure that reDo was just laying into him with. And that's ultimately going to be the GG. He could not keep up with it. I would have loved to see him fight back more and maybe give it another 5 minutes or so to see if he could just pump out some more military units. Something in me as just the caster being able to see, both sides playing at once, I just feel like he had more of a chance, I don't know what the percentage of that chance of success was, but I feel like he had a little bit of still a window to make something happen here if he just shifted into hippocon and I don't know, maybe the Toxotos to deal with the spearmen, the hippocon to deal with the chariot archers. I don't know. But that's going to be it. That's the GG. Great game from both players. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This is just a nice little lesson to keep in mind of how devastating pressure can be. Even when your opponent is ahead of you age-wise. Like, look, reDo is not even researching anything. He's not researching no gods right now. Doesn't even have enough to age up. He's just continuing to putting his resources into training units to getting more and more soldiers out onto the battlefield. And this is just a great lesson of how valuable pressure can be. Because if you just continue to put that pressure on, that's enough to make your opponent just give up. Because you're not giving him room to breathe. You're not giving him room to stabilize. Even though earlier in the match, toward the beginning in the Classical Age, reDo did have where he was fighting, where was it? Over here on this gold mine, when he had all of his military buildings up here, reDo gave him a big chance to stabilize and allow him to get some breathing room to get some more military out, get some more military buildings. He should have kept on here, pushing him off these gold mines, putting one soldier perhaps over here, or maybe an obelisk better, because then you don't have to waste any population, an obelisk on the gold mine that was over here somewhere. I think it might have just been this one. And then start to wall off the areas over here to prevent him from doing what he did later on in the match, which was building some resource camps up here to start to mine from these gold mines, and these gold mines up here, and I believe there was one, yes, over here as well. If you wall off these areas, he can't just sneak villagers in. And then if you have an obelisk on these outer gold mines, these 2 outer gold mines, you're going to see exactly when he tries to come up here and then immediately go raid that location while your main army... And you could just have like 4 or 5, military units over here on standby in the middle just to go run and immediately put pressure on, or have maybe a few units on this side, a few units on this side to put the pressure on when those villagers come back and just force him to continually not be mining while your main army... earlier in the Classical Age, this is what I'm referring to, while his main army was continually coming down and putting pressure on this and driving them off, that would have allowed him to starve Pegasus of the resources he needed to advance the next age, potentially forcing him to GG outright, or making him forcing him to use the ceasefire to try to buy him that time to age up. But then that's perfect because you have your ancestors available to you because of that nonstop pressure. So then, yes, he would have ceasefired earlier. Boom, wasted. Now he can't cancel one of your god powers with it. Yes, it buys him time to age up, but you're still ahead massively because then you use that time to also stabilize. And then once the ceasefire is over, you make a push, use ancestors to just make it that much better, and boom, you overwhelm him a lot sooner. But reDo did a fantastic job of keeping that pressure continually on the other player. He had just those nonstop siege towers coming out that just destroyed this whole section of military buildings and not walls, but just military buildings, while he nonstop produced units, and that's what eventually had Pegasus resign. So epic match, super exciting to cast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and it was very exciting on your end to watch and consume that, and I'm very, very thrilled to join you in the next match. Thanks again so much for watching that video. Before we close this video out, I just want to give a big shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And hey, if you enjoy the content and you want to support me and the channel's growth, here's a few things that you can do. Number one, like the video. That will get it out to more people. Number two, subscribe if you want to see more so you can get notified, okay? And while you're subscribing, tap the notification bell so you can really get notified the next time I release another video just like this one for you to enjoy to your heart's content. Next, there is the Discord link in the description so you can join the community, engage in the conversations that we are having. Right now it's just me because I just started, but we can hang out, have some conversation, shoot the shit, and there's also a section there for you to upload any games that you've played that are really good that you would like me to cast. So if you want to be featured on the YouTube channel, there's actually a section in the Discord for you to upload your own matches that I will commentate and cast, which is pretty sick. And lastly, if you want to become a patron just like these beautiful people, that link is also in the description. And there's lots of different tiers with really, really fun goodies in each of them that are themed for Age of Mythology. You're welcome. And you can go do that if you want to support the channel's growth, support me in making these videos for you. I'd be greatly, greatly appreciative of that. Okay, without further ado, thanks again for watching, and I'm so excited to see you in the next video.